Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to literally.
Oh my God, stop.
We are back. I have a guest this week, Miss Baby Eileen.
It's Baby Eileen.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing good.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. When's the last time I saw you?
I don't even remember. My birthday.
Your birthday, Arizona. We had a couple.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, because you're.
But I spent my birthday with Iram.
In Arizona. And it was so much fun. We had a weekend.
A weekend. Actually, it was supposed to be a day.
It was supposed to be a day. Then we convinced her to...
Too much fun.
To stay a couple more days, and it was really fun.
Yeah, best decision I could have made for sure.
If you don't watch my podcast, or if you do, you do, right? Mm-hmm. I do weekly recaps. Okay. So, how was your week so far? Your past week?
Good.
What'd you do?
I feel like I go through a lot in a week.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
But I just do a lot, and I'm like, oh my God. And then in the weekend, I'm like, fuck, what did I just do?
But it was week? Well, how was
it was good. I did a couple of things. I went out. I go out.
She's a vaccinated queen now.
I do. Are you You're vaccinated, right? Yeah,
yes,
I'm vaccinated. I don't even think I ever posted it. But yeah, I'm vaccinated, so I just go out. But yeah, I do a lot. Sometimes I have to look back at my Snap memories and be like, what did I do this week?
But you had fun?
But I had fun.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Definitely. I went to Ventura. Yeah, I did a couple of things. I went to
This
Ventura.
past week already?
Was it? Yeah, I think it was
2 weeks ago, no?
No, I think it was this last week. I had a photo shoot a day ago.
For what?
For my friend's brand.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cute. All right, so let's jump right into it.
Cute.
Quickly, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
What is going on in your life right now?
Right now, starting off with the fact that I quit my job.
So you had a real job.
I had a real job.
Which is crazy, because none of us have ever had an actual job.
Yeah, I feel like us girls, I'm talking generally the Quince girls and stuff, I feel like we all just social media and then just boom, social media the whole time.
Just bank on this.
Yeah, but I feel like I was I need a real world experience.
Okay.
So I decided to get a job. And it worked out for the first couple months just because, and I was having fun, yeah.
You really liked it, right?
I did.
Okay.
You came a couple times, and it was fun. But I think once I went to Vegas and came back, I just realized it wasn't for me.
Oh, okay.
So, and that was this, past, April, March-ish.
So when she was filming her show, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, so then from that point, I just kind of, once I quit, it's just been a fun time.
Just enjoying life, enjoying summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Summer. Yes.
Summer.
All right, so I kind of want to start off, because everybody obviously knows you from when you were 14, 15.
14.
But before that, what you were doing, you were in school.
I was in school.
What was your life before YouTube?
I think my life, it kind of just revolved around school, family. I played softball, believe it or not, for so many years. Baseball.
And were you good?
I was actually.
Cute.
I made it onto the team freshman year, and I was a starter. So that doesn't tell you shit, bitch.
She was good.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Cute. I was a starter.
So you were an athlete.
Yeah, that's kind of a shocker because people look at me and there's no fucking me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
That was me.
Okay.
But that was kind of what my life revolved around. And now, yeah.
Freshman year.
That's when I was about 14, 15.
And then you auditioned, or how'd you start?
That was kind of I don't know, it just came out of nowhere. I really didn't expect for that to happen. It was more of my mom knew people from Moda.
Okay.
And then...
Oh, that's how you found out about it, right?
Yeah, and then Moda kind of reached out. My mom has been working with them for years. She was a makeup artist for them or something around that era. But she was they reached out and said that they needed a girl for Quince in February. And then my mom told me about it. My mom just kind of fed me all this information. And I was just what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she was just audition, just send a tape, And I'm what am I supposed to say, this and that? And sometimes she would just would be in the car and she'd be come on, let's record it right now. And I'm no.
Oh, so you weren't fully fond of the idea?
No, I had never heard of My Drinking Set. I don't even know what, really what YouTube really was. I just wasn't in that wasn't my life. You know what I mean? But I don't know, one day just I think it was during Christmas time, or I don't even know when it was, but I sent my audition tape. It was really funny because it was just like Elena was in the background and my mom was just asking me all these random questions, and then I was just like kind of just talking, and I was kind of like dork, like I just like was just saying stuff. Then all of a sudden, like, you know, like how you said, like all of a sudden like 10 people are in my house with,
and
like,
you're
camera,
filming, and your whole life is on air.
Yeah, so it kind of just came at me out of nowhere. I didn't even think much of it too. I kind of just was like, okay, they're filming. A week goes by, film, my says done, over. I'm like, okay, done.
And did you think that was it for you?
Yeah. I honestly, yeah.
Were you trying to continue on with YouTube at all? Or, like, was that just, like, you're good with that and you're done?
I think at the moment I was like, no, like, this is just, like, a thing and I'm done with it. But, I don't know, me, like, a young 15-year-old, I was excited because I started seeing that I was getting all these followers. And then I started seeing, like, my social media growing. And I'm like, I don't know, I just kind of got excited. And I'm like, what can I do with this? And I feel like, I don't know, it just kind of hit me that I'm like, okay, wait, I can probably do something out of this. And it wasn't until I got the opportunity to do Growing Up Eileen that I was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
This is serious.
Yeah, this is what I want to do.
So, like, last week I talked about, like, how social media kind of affected my life, positively and negatively. So, like, do you think you've had negative experiences and positive?
I think, yeah, because, I mean, social media is kind of scary. It's like, you never know what, literally what you can run into in social media, and you never know, like, when the next person's going to be, like, hating on you or something like that. But, for the most part, I feel like it wasn't even, like, the viewers that were, like, being haters. I think it was, like, real life people that I was around.
Okay. So that's, like,
because,
a little bit harder,
obviously. Exactly, because I was still going to school, to public school around that time, and I was, like, getting people around me thinking that I thought I was, like, the fucking shit.
Yeah.
And they kind of took it as, like, she thinks she's all that.
Let me humble her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, that never even came out of my mouth. Or,
You're like,
you know?
I didn't think I was a
like,
shit until you guys made me think so.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. And I think that's when it affected me more, rather than, like, the actual social media side of it, so where people are, like, haters.
Were you never actually affected by haters? Because I feel like you were a lot more vulnerable on camera than I was. Because, like, your whole plot line was just you and your family. And I had 5 other girls to kind of take over when I didn't want to. So I feel like you were a lot more vulnerable. True. So do you think, like, that kind of affected it a little bit? Or do you not really, like...
Yeah, because I think a lot of people kind of took that and, like, ran with it. A lot of people that I knew that were like, well, you know, she's really sensitive about her family, so let me fuck with her family. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay, so they knew where to hit home.
Yeah, exactly. And they knew it would hurt me, so it's like, anytime I would get into it with somebody or, like, at school or just, like, and you'd be like, oh, my God, like, go tell your mom or, like, go cry to your mom or this and that. So I'm like...
Yeah, because your mom's relationship was always very strong.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's where, like, it hit me the most.
Oh, that's interesting. No, I was thinking about it. I was like, I was reflecting before this. And I was like, I feel like you and I hit it off very quickly, from the very start. Yeah. And I was like, why did that happen? Because I have a hard time relating to a lot of people. But I feel like since I was surrounded around girls that were... ultimately older than me, Victoria and all of them are so much older than me in reality, and I feel like you and I kind of brought it back, and we were always very real with each other, which I appreciated as a friend. Yeah,
of course. I feel like when I met you, you're older than me. Like,
what was your first impression?
I was so terrified.
Really?
Like, terrified. Like, I remember even when we took a picture, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm scared. I was scared.
No, but you and I have always been, like, very real with each other and, like, checking each other when, like, shit wasn't, like, going good.
And I felt like you've always been, like, the even though you don't act like it now.
You're like this bitch.
Even though you're not, like, a mother, like, right now. Or a bad influence. But, like, you were always, like, kind of, like, the motherly, like, kind of guiding me in a way. And my mom would even tell me, like, Iram is, like, a really good friend. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like, listen to her, take her advice, this and that. Because, like, I remember, like, taking your advice and, like, hearing you out a lot. And you would help me out a lot. And that's why, like, me and my mom... Because I always have to, like, mention my mom with me, like... Because me and my mom, we communicate a lot. So she's always, like... I know when she tells me that someone in my life is good for me, like, that's when I'm like, you're right. Yeah. So she would always tell me, like, you know, Iram this, Iram that. I'm like, you're right. And, like, now she's like, Iram's crazy.
You're like, don't hang out with her anymore.
She's like, don't hang out with her. But, but at the beginning,
enough. She's like, that's enough. Well, that's fun. So, how's your love life going? Everybody knows, everybody loves to hear about personal shit.
That's true.
So, how's yours going?
Well, you know, I've been single for, like, over a year now. But it's been fun. I swear, like, a month after... I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
after what? Your breakup?
After my breakup,
okay.
I'm just like, why? Like, why am I gonna stress about this? Like, come on, we're young. Let's get it on and pop it. And I think that's when I just had, like, my wild phase.
Your, like, bounce back moment, too, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I just realized, like, I was literally holding my life back for this when I could have been having this. I'm like, yeah.
Like, oh, this is what I was missing.
It's like this or this, and I'm like...
You and I had our cry time. Remember?
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. Eileen and I were hanging out one night.
Oh, my gosh. That was, like...
At your house?
Yeah.
And who was... I think Frida was there and Brianna. Or was that not the same?
It was. Everybody was inside like that.
And then Eileen and I go to the... What even happened? I think I was crying first.
You were crying on, like, my bench in the house. And then, I don't know what I was crying for. But I'm like, okay, we can't be crying in here.
So we took a trip to the car outside. And we just started crying.
Yeah, and we just kind of, like, opened up.
Yeah.
Like, I heard you out, you heard me out. And we're just crying and, like...
But it was, like, out of the nowhere. Like, I didn't even know she was crying. And then, like, I look at her and she's bawling her eyes out. Then I'm bawling my eyes out over a boy. Mm-hmm. But you tweeted recently saying, like, your life a year ago was so horrible.
It was.
And I agree. Because, remember, like, a year ago, that's when we were crying. Yeah. And that's when we were so worried about boys and...
True, and just, like, life. Yeah. It was just hard. And I didn't... Like, sometimes I get memories on my Snapchat. I don't know if you do. And you look back and you're like...
Why?
You're like, I was struggling, like, at this time a year ago, and look at me now. Mm-hmm. That's what I always, like, look back, and I'm like, yeah. Honestly,
I mean, not much of my life has changed, but I feel like I'm a lot more mentally stable than I was a year ago.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
We're growing a little bit.
Definitely.
We're growing a little bit.
Yeah, I hate being all over the place, too. I'm not one to be, like, a crybaby or to be, like, a mess or, like, sad all the time. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, that's just, like, not me.
Oh, but that's when you had to go to, like, North Carolina because you're, like, not okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It just came out. Actually, I was in North Carolina a year ago today, exactly. And I remember just, like, thinking, like, oh, my God, like, I can't believe I was in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And not just because I wanted to go see my family. It was just because I just needed to get out of, like, this.
Yeah.
You know
I agree.
So.
That was the best thing that probably could have happened, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you came back, and I feel like you were, like, picked up after that.
Yeah, I did. I grew from it. I was just, like, completely, like, changed up. Mm-hmm. And I needed that. And now that's what I'm saying. Like, looking back at it, I'm like, oh, my gosh. I'm so glad that I ever did that. And it's also, like, a learning experience, too. Sometimes I, like, look back and, like, I'm sure, like, when everybody's sad, they're like, okay, things are going to get better.
And you just kind of move on with your life and grow, which is always a very positive thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you are getting back into your YouTube grind. I think you mentioned to me, right? That you're going to start back up fully.
Yeah. I think after...
Well, why did you stop? Should we start there?
Yeah, I
think... You took a long break.
I think it had to do a lot with the work. Okay. Going back to that, I think it was more of, like, because I worked so much, actually, because I was overworked. Let me,
No, she literally was working, like, all the time.
Yeah, so let me emphasize on the overworked, because I was overworked a lot. I had no time for nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, no life. Even when I would get out at, like, 8 or 9, I'm like, oh my God.
You would be there all day. And then by the time you're out, you're exhausted, so you don't feel like doing anything.
Mind you, work was from 11 to 7. And sometimes I would be there from, like, 11 to, like, 10.
No, that's absolutely...
Definitely a learning experience, though.
You're like, I'm good. I'll live without it. So you're going to start back up, though.
Yeah, but I think, that's what I think that slowed me down the most. Mm-hmm. And then once I honestly take that whole Vegas trip, like, as a blessing. Because that was, like, my, like, girl, wake up.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, cute. Like,
there's so many people, like, already do. I mean, that's what I talked about, too. And then, like, I took advantage of the opportunity that I had, which I feel like a lot of us did. Because a lot of us had the show and we did whatever we needed to do. But I think a lot of us took advantage of, like, how easy, I guess, we had it. Because we had our followers handed to us, pretty much.
True.
So that's why I'm pretty much going back, and I was like, I've missed this, and I miss filming, and obviously the whole year in COVID, but you being in Vegas was huge, right?
Yeah, and also, it's like, after filming the show and stuff, like, you know, producers and stuff told us, like, the people are watching for you, you know? So, like, that's why I just, like, my followers and people who actually, like, look up to us and stuff like that, it's, like, can't just, like, leave them in the dark, and kind of just, like, because they loved us for us, and it's, like, you know, we just got to keep people in the loop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Well, I'm excited you're coming back. Do you have, like, any plans for what you're doing?
Well, I do want to start a brand.
Okay.
I actually have been,
or have you talked about this or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
But this is, like, my first time, saying it. Exclusive tea right here. But I actually have, been working on, like, some things. It's not, like, fully up and running, and it probably won't be anytime soon, but I have had it, I've had talked about it with my parents and stuff like that, so it's kind of in the works a little bit. I'm kind of just getting, like, sketches done and stuff like that, but so it's like nothing it's like nothing serious yet. I'm just kind of like figuring out the name and like just like little stuff. So in a couple months I know exactly like what I want, and from there I'll just like pop off. But that's what
your plan
I want to do. But for now it's definitely, I'm gonna let these next like 10 weeks pass for the show to come out.
Oh, okay.
Post on YouTube as much as I can. I just posted a video too last week.
I watched your New York City vlog.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah, and then basically that. I want to get a manager.
Okay.
Like an actual one, just because my mom does a really good job right now, but I feel like with an actual manager or management company.
Yeah, you need somebody that like knows how, like also like networking and stuff. And they'll get you into the places.
I feel really like cool. I feel like I'll get like a lot more opportunities off of that. But those are like the couple of things that I'm like working about. But mainly it's just like I just don't want to like waste my life. I just want to have like fun too. And
I think you're doing that. I think you're having a lot of fun with your friends.
Yeah.
And
definitely
living your best life. I mean, you're now 19.
19.
You just turned 19 in February.
I just turned 19 in February. It's not hitting me yet that I'm going to be 20 next year.
Crazy.
That's like kind of weird. Do you feel weird?
Not really. Maybe it's because college.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like I'm still doing that whole phase of like growing up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's still like a lot, but like just like the number 20, just like I'm like, what the?
You're not a teenager anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this is your final 19 teenage year.
And now it's like 20.
Well, 20 is kind of like a big deal because, like, you can't be like, oh, I'm a teenager still. Like, I'm still fucking around. Like, no, you were 20 years old. Like, figure your life out. Yeah. Which, obviously, I don't have my life figured out at all because I'm, like, still doing my own thing over here. Yeah. Trying my best. But it's kind of a lot of pressure because, like, you don't really have time to figure it all out that quickly. But talking about college, does that seem like something that's going to come up in your life anytime soon?
Oh my gosh.
Or honestly, are you good?
I don't know. I feel like...
Did you ever want to go to college?
Yeah. Actually, coming out of high school, I was really set on going to college and doing something with children.
I remember that. You're going to do like a daycare or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Like, I don't remember.
I don't remember, but I know it had to do with that. But I don't know. It just like, I don't know about you, but the way my life runs is that I like switch up a lot.
Okay, which is totally fine. You have to figure out what you like.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have like plans, and then last minute I'll be like, no, and I kind of just like go with the flow. Like things, I'll have like all these ideas, and then all of a sudden just like don't fully go through with them because I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't work out, or it just doesn't like flow in my life. Yeah, so I don't know why that didn't work out, but it was an idea. But I feel like the times I went with you to Arizona,
so you've been out there twice.
Yeah, to kind of like see what the college like life is. I think I'm good. Yeah. And I feel like if you ever go back and I go back again, it's like I'm living through you, the college,
which is perfect because you and I like are really good together when we're in Arizona. Yeah. And I feel like we're not too crazy in reality. Yeah. We have it under control. We know when to come, when to go, and we're like on the same.
And you're honestly pretty responsible.
Yeah, I'm pretty responsible. Yeah. Because I know what I'm doing. I know when it's like not a good idea, so I kind of dip. But
yeah, but definitely I feel like I have lived like the little college fantasy
and you're good with that. You're good with those weekends.
Yeah, I'm good with the little weekends in Arizona for sure.
Okay, so growing up, Eileen, was obviously how you really went off, I feel like. Yeah. That's kind of what brought you everything.
For sure.
And that came and did it. What's happening with that now? Because I honestly don't even know. Or do you not know? Or you not allowed to talk about it?
Well, I don't know either. Honestly, it's weird. It's really weird. I don't want to like put information out there that I'm not supposed to. But I just like I know that as of right now, it's like 50-50. Like there might be a possibility that we'll do a season 6, but then there might not be a possibility that we'll do it, and it all just kind of happened out of nowhere. I remember when I heard like the news, which like I said again, I don't know if I can really say it.
Yeah.
When I heard that there might not be a possibility that we could ever do it again, it like hit hard. And it was weird because I'm like all 5 seasons, I'm like thinking that this is gonna go on like forever, just like in my mind thinking like, oh man, yeah, like when I have kids it's gonna come out, like people are gonna see my whole entire life until I freaking like shrivel and die. So I told
they filmed a Growing Up Eileen episode of you like in the coffin.
No, I was literally imagining myself in the freaking labor room like and everybody's recording me like, oh my god.
Your mom had a big part in it also. Which...
Yeah, my mom plays a big part in the show. She produces it, like a quarter of it, but it hit her really hard too. And then when it happened, she was like, "What are we gonna do?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
You're like, "You're the mom."
I'm like, "You're the manager." You're the momager. I don't know.
You're like, "You tell me."
But but then I kind of just like thought about it, and I was just like, maybe it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Like everything happens for a reason. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. Maybe a bigger opportunity is gonna come out of it, and it sure did.
Yep. So you did. Well, before we get into that, I want to kind of get into Growing Up Eileen.
Yeah.
With your family life, how did that affect your family life? Because I know, like I said, you were like a lot more vulnerable than pretty much any other show.
True.
Because your guys' family was, I mean, it was everything. It was literally absolutely everything. So, like, how did it affect your family dynamic, first of all, or like other people coming in?
Surprisingly, it didn't affect my family in a negative way.
Oh, good.
I mean, for like the most part, we kind of all enjoyed it. We all enjoyed filming up until I think, I mean, like as of like me, Eileen, Armando, and my dad, we never had a problem with it. We've always been down to film. We've always been down to put like as much out there for everybody to see. Oh,
really? Even Armando? I feel like he's going through his like growing up stage also.
Yeah, Armando's like in his little weird stage. I think right now he's just more focused on graduating high school, if anything. Yeah. So that's what his life is about. But during filming and stuff like that, we're totally down with it. We're okay with it. It never like caused any like major fights or anything in between us. But it was mostly like positive, like I said, not anything negative. I think once we got towards my birthday and like the Cabo trip, it affected my tia Lily a lot.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I think she was kind of more focused on, I think that was like her last straw. I think she was more focused on other things like her family, like her personal, like, you know, her little circle. Yeah. So that's when things ended with her. But it never affected, again, our relationship.
The true dynamic.
Yeah.
It just affected on camera life.
Yeah, on camera and work, like working in a working sense, it did like, you know, mess it up a little bit. But as a family, no, never.
That's good.
And if we ever did get into it or anything like that, our arguments are never that serious either way. We just kind of
like easy and get over it.
Yeah, it's always really like nice. That. So yeah, that's one thing I'm like really happy that my family's not like that type of, you know, family to get mad at each other and then just like not talk to each other for years. But we're good. Like it's always been good.
That's really important.
Yeah.
So with Growing Up Eileen, do you have like any favorite mememories, any highlights, any worst moments? Your least favorite time?
Yeah, I think anytime we filmed, I had an opportunity to spend with my family and just like have a blast with my family. So I think that's what was like the fun part because it brought us all like really close together. On top of that, we would go on trips and, you know, not to be like a spoiled brat or anything, but they're like, you know, paid for and all you have to do is just be yourself and just show up and be on camera. I think I mean, that's fun. I mean, who wouldn't want to like, you know, do something like that and just like, well, I'm going to take you to Hawaii and I'm going to take you to Cabo and we're just going to go
do whatever.
Vegas and like.
Absolutely.
And just be like, you know, then do it all with your family. I think that's what it was like the most fun. I think like a regret or like the worst thing was having my relationship on there.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know about you. Like, were you ever like regretful about that?
No, never. Maybe because him and I ended somewhat well. Yeah. So like I knew because obviously, like, your ex kind of did you dirty and took advantage of the fact that he was on camera. Sure. Was just horrible. It's horrible. But I think Isaac and I never ended in a bad way. which is
but that no, that's good.
I don't have a bad experience with it, but I don't think I would put my next relationship on camera just because a lot of people have expectations.
True.
And expect to be fully let in and all that. But
yeah, like, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think just that because I don't know. That was like a really personal like thing for me. Mm-hmm. And it was like the first relationship that a lot of people like, that would be like the first relationship anybody would ever know about with me. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know about like my past relationships and stuff like that.
You're very private with that life.
Yeah. So I just like, I feel like that would be like, I don't know, something that I would kind of just take back. Mm-hmm. And it's also like, I mean, I took him on a trip to Hawaii like for free.
Yeah. Why are you gonna sit here and shit on me?
Yeah, and it's like I gave him so much and like I did so much for him, and then all of a sudden it's just like, bye, bitch, and I'm like, okay, cute.
Yeah, I got it.
It was like a lot of time wasted and a lot of like, like even like followers and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Like that just like it's annoying. It's really annoying. So if anything, I learned from that, and if I ever were to put a relationship out on social media ever again, I know it's serious, and I know it's like the person that I'm going to be with, like, you know,
for a long time.
That's good. So I just don't want to waste my time again.
Yeah, and a lot of people just expect things from you, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But after the whole growing up Eileen phase, you went to Vegas. So let's talk about that. Yeah. I want to know kind of how it started. How did you get into it? Your life, what were you doing before to set up? I think that's a huge deal. I mean, there's a lot of people watching it right now.
Honestly, it was just so random. Like, everything in my life just comes up out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what did I do to deserve this? Yeah. Like, why? Like, why me? That I'm just like, literally just at work, and all of a sudden I just get like a text from Omid, one of our favorites. Yeah. And he's just like, hey, I know this is super last minute, but I would love to have you on the show. It's in like literally like 3 days, like 3 or 4 days, like away, and I'm gonna need you for 2 weeks, and we're gonna film the show, and then this and this and that. And it was a text message, you know, it was just random, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I heard about the show before. I probably seen like a couple of episodes, and it was just like, I knew that this is what, like, once I read it and I processed it, I'm like, okay, I already know my mom's gonna say yes. Yeah. So I don't even have to worry about that. Yeah. I was just worried about having to get out of work for 2 weeks. Yeah. And I got out of work for 2 weeks, and never returned. never went back. Thank God, I never went back. But I literally went. The day I got out of work, well, the next 4 days for me were
that's insane. You had 4 days of prep time.
Yeah, and you know
I didn't know that.
The shitty thing, which I'm just gonna say now, is that they were not gonna give me those days to prepare for 2 weeks. They were only willing to give me like the day that I left to prepare for 2 weeks, which made no sense. But
your job?
Yeah. Oh my God. Just like, how am I, like, it was just like the little things, like, how am I supposed to get my nails done? How am I supposed to get my lashes done? Shop, do this, because we had like,
you have to have at least 14 outfits or whatever.
And bathing suits and this and that, because I would get emails and say, this is the color palette, this is this is that, do this, make sure to bring this, make sure to bring that. And so I had so much planning for 2 weeks, and only like 2 days to like actually, you know, prepare for it. And I wasn't gonna get it off, but I'm like, you know what, I can't, sorry. Yeah. But some way, somehow I got out of it. And like, yeah, like my next 4 days were just like COVID testing, evaluations, like this. Yeah,
you guys took it you took COVID very seriously.
Yeah, we did. We were getting tested every other day there. Okay. But it was very like safe, and like, you know, I just managed to do it. Like,
packed. Yeah. Your whole schedule was packed those past 2 days or 4 days, whatever.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, I'm like in a car getting.
So you had a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
To Vegas.
To a hotel to quarantine for a day.
Oh, really?
And then I'm like, I go to the front desk, and I'm like, oh, I'm Eileen. I don't know what else to say.
Like, I'm Eileen, and I have a room here, I guess.
Like, oh, I know who you are. You're the last one here. She's like, you know what? All the boys are cute. All the girls are here. Everybody's like having. I'm like, okay. Like, okay, cute.
Oh, is that where your little thing said, like, welcome, thank you for staying with us, Eileen, or whatever, at the Marriott?
No, that was,
oh, sorry.
For Ventura.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I don't know. I think they just took my name and just, like...
Oh, that's cute. Oh, sorry.
That's cute. No, that was
okay, so you get to quarantine for a day.
Yeah. And I like woke up in the morning, got ready because I knew this was gonna be like my grand entrance to this mansion that we were staying in for 2 weeks.
So it's huge.
Yeah, with all these people that I didn't even know, all this new crew also, which is very weird. Which you need to experience that because it's very, like, we're used to the same crew that we've had since we were 14. Yes. And being in a room with a whole new crew, whole new sound guys. There was actually like 4. And I'm used to like 1. It was just like a crazy production. Yeah. And like this and
so like that. Completely different from what we know.
Yeah. Okay. Completely different. And also in a room with 10 other people that I've never met in my entire life, and they're like way also bigger than me.
Competitive, and yes.
It was just like an experience for sure. But I mean, like, you know, I managed to get through it for the next 2 weeks, and honestly, like, it was like the best experience of my life. And it definitely tops the first season.
Oh, really?
Definitely.
Well, I've been watching it. Everything. It's pretty good. Yeah. It seems very real. Like, everybody that's on it seems like very and it's, eager to win.
Yeah, and it's very diverse too.
Yes, I saw that.
I feel like there's way more like different faces and stuff. I'm
gonna be honest with you, I didn't see the first season, but like then I saw your season.
I've seen a little bit of it, and the cast is just very like.
Weren't the Giovanni twins on there?
They were. You've met them before, right?
Yeah, we filmed with them.
Yeah,
but they were on there or no?
I guess they're just kind of like. You're like, well, no, they were there the first season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. That first season, that's already all out there, so I don't really know. But, other than that, yeah, I think.
So you didn't know any of the other contestants or anything?
No, I feel like I've only seen a couple of people when I first met everybody. I've only seen a couple of people on TikTok, but never followed them or anything, just kind of here and there. Okay. But to see them in real life, it's just like, okay, like it was weird, like in a weird like experience, just to like see these people that have like millions of followers. And I know there was another girl on there that, you know, didn't have like a platform like as huge as like everybody else, and I was the same way too. And it was also like an experience.
But you still have a lot of followers, but was there people like that were bigger than you?
Yeah, all of them had like millions of followers, and it's kind of like intimidating a little bit. But it's also like, I don't know, it was just weird. Everybody came from a different background too. Like there was one time in the house where we're just like signing some random documents, but I'm like, guys, make sure to sign your documents, and they're like, oh, my manager does that for me. I'm like, oh.
You're like, oh, yeah. You're like, saying.
Like, oh, yeah, you guys have managers and stuff.
Yeah, you're like, saying.
I'm like, Mom, get to work.
You're like, Mom, can you sign this for me right now?
I'm like, Mom, everybody else is signing their stuff. Like, you need to get on it, too.
That's so funny.
But,
that's
great. So I'm saying, it's like, it was just like an experience. But it was really fun. I definitely recommend anybody that hasn't watched it, definitely go watch it, because it gets pretty crazy.
And you're on week 2 right now.
Well, we were there for 2 weeks. We're on day.
No, but I'm saying, it's
day 2. It's by like, I mean, I guess I'm not sure how they put it up there. I don't know if it's like week 1 or week 2, but it's like
week 2 right now.
It's day 2.
But we're on airing time 2.
Oh yeah, airing time
week 2.
Episode.
Day 2.
We're on this. That was the second day that we were there.
Okay, and it's like all real, and like, did you think you did well in the competitions, or?
It's definitely crazy because you don't see what everybody else is saying about you until, you know, the episodes air. So when I'm like watching it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, now I know what you guys are saying.
You're like, now I know what you really thought of me.
Yeah, now I know.
So you had a on-screen kiss.
Oh my gosh.
Can we be real about that one for a second?
The very first bitch in the show to do it. Okay, that's me.
Yeah. But can we be real about that one for real? I feel like you weren't, like, you were a little bit awkward on camera. Did you actually think he was cute, or like?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
No, but here's the actual, like, real tea about this, is that I've never been nervous. I've never been the girl to be nervous. I've never been the girl to be like. You're not at all. No, like, if I see a guy I think he's hot, I'll, like, kiss him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to talk to you. Just give me a kiss.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know if it was just like...
You're not like that at all.
But I don't know what it was. And I was even like, I think I was just shitting my pants. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I don't know, but you should have seen me. I was like so nervous to like even be sitting next to him and like talking to him. Because it was just like, it was so nerve-wracking.
It's weird though, because you've talked to like influencers before.
Yeah.
And like... you know, other YouTubers or whatever. So it's not like it was the follower situation.
No, I think it was just more of like what I had in my face, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I was just beyond nervous, and maybe that's why I came out a little awkward on screen, and like we were just kind of like a lot of people loved it. They were living for it. But a lot of people were like, oh my God, that was so cringy. And I'm like, I agree. Because I swear to you, every time that scene comes up, I'm like covering my eyes. I don't even want to see it. Really? Because it was just, I was so nervous. I don't understand why I was so nervous. But, and plus I think it was just because it was like the second day. And we were just like.
Getting to know each other.
And then like that was the first time we talked, like one-on-one. And like Eddie's really cute. Like I was like, I couldn't even like freaking look at him in the eyes.
Have you talked to him since?
Yeah, we actually all have a group chat.
Oh, cute.
And we talk like every single day. Like I can send them a snap right now. They'll be like, hey.
Oh, cute.
But yeah, I think I was just nervous, if anything, and I don't know. And it definitely portrayed on camera, like it projected on camera, like so embarrassing.
No, it was cute. It was definitely funny.
It was cute.
Well, I'm happy for you.
I will say that wasn't the last time we kissed.
Oh, really? So you guys have more moments?
Not on camera.
Oh.
Sorry.
So nobody knows that? Nobody caught that?
What do you mean?
Like nobody caught it on camera?
No.
Oh, that was like one of the final nights, no?
That was like the first and only time we kissed on camera, I think.
But the final night, but you kissed him again later, right? Like towards the end of the week?
I don't remember. But it was totally off camera.
Oh, okay,
it was totally off camera.
That is so cute. So, are you excited to see do you have any big moments on there or no?
Well, if I were to say like all the stuff that I did, I would spoil it. That's true. But if you guys want to see some like heated moments or like some drama or anything like that, I definitely suggest like keep watching.
It gets better.
It gets better, and it gets really like dramatic and like there's like a lot that goes on. If you just think that that's already crazy within those 2 days, it gets.
Because I've seen it, the fighting crazy. And stuff is already kind of a lot.
All the stuff that you see on the trailers or like just any short clips, it's a lot. But I'm telling you, it's the best experience of my life, best 2 weeks of my life.
That is really good. You had a positive experience with that.
Yeah.
Eileen and I were talking a little bit before. Mm-hmm. We didn't get too far into it because I didn't want to ruin it for the podcast. But we talked about it and I would told her there's no way I would be able to do that. Just because I feel like I'm shy at first. And then I break out. But no.
Yeah.
I know. That's good that you had a really good experience through it.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I just I don't know. I kind of take my personality as a good thing because I feel like anybody else that's shy or anything like that wouldn't be able to sit in a house with all these big influencers for 2 weeks and just be on camera, the camera in your face
at all times.
Yeah, it was just it was crazy. But honestly, like I said, I was glad I was able to click with people literally the first day, and honestly, the whole experience was amazing.
Do you feel like you actually made alliances on there or no? Because I know Eddie talked about it, let's have an alliance or whatever. But
he did, but. If you notice, on the episode, I didn't even rank him that high up, and he didn't rank me that high up. It was kind of just
let's just say that, but not.
It was kind of let's make an alliance. I'm like, yeah, and he was like, yeah. And then when it actually got to the real thing, we're just
you're nah.
Because I noticed that he didn't even rank me high up.
He was either. 7th. You're 7th, no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw that.
I just think as long as I don't get to 10th, I think I'll be happy.
Did anybody rank? Oh, I guess you don't know yet.
I don't know yet. But we'll see. Like I said, it's weird because I
Do you think you did?
Get ranked 10th?
Uh-huh.
Probably. I don't know. It's really hard to tell.
Oh my God! Can we talk about your billboard? Congrats!
Oh my God! I totally forgot.
How did you feel when you went there and you saw yourself?
Yeah, it was crazy, you guys. I know that the first season had their billboard out, so I kind of expected, I was hoping that we would have the same experience, and I remember asking about it while we were in Vegas, and they were like, yeah, it's gonna be up. And I'm like, no, wait. It was kind of just a thing that they're like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, wait.
Okay, yeah. So you've been to New York a bunch of times. Let's do a quick recap.
Yeah.
You went to New York a bunch of times.
I've been to New York a bunch of times. I knew in Vegas that we were gonna get a billboard, but it didn't really hit me. And then they said our show's coming out June 5th. We'll email you around that time and let you know when your billboard will come out, because we did take pictures on the last couple of days for the billboard, and it was just they had this whole idea of us being in an iPhone and having the the people trying to interview us, and we're kind of just wanting to reach for it.
Yeah,
that was the concept of the thing.
Yeah.
So I knew that's what it was gonna be, and yeah, and so they emailed me actually not too long ago, and they said, Eileen, your billboard's gonna come out with Matt and Rave and Owen and Eddie, and it's gonna be on these days, and then actually my billboard's gonna come out twice, so it's gonna be at the end of this month too.
Oh, cute.
But I was like, well, we have to go. Like, I'm not going to wait till the end of the month. I told my mom and I told my tia, and everybody was totally, completely down. I think my tia found the tickets, like, on Sunday, got them. Monday, we had to pack, and then Tuesday, we were just in New York. And we couldn't wait. The day that we got to New York, we were supposed to just, like, go to Times Square and then in the morning go see it. Yeah. But we walked to Times Square, and I'm like, might as well. Yeah. And so I was, like, in my freaking airport fit, like, looking, like, disgusting, and, like, all of a sudden, I'm, like, there waiting for, like, 30 minutes, and then I'm, like, oh, my God, wait, it's there. And, like, you just turn, it, like, was exactly at 12 when it hit, and then, like, it went up, and it was only there for, like, 30 seconds, I swear. But it was, like, the most, like, craziest, like, thing ever.
Oh, my God, how cute.
It was so crazy.
I know, when I saw that, I was, like, stop. Like, yeah, you are so cool.
Unbelievable. Oh, my God, thanks.
You're a lot cooler than me sometimes.
It's unreal.
Sometimes you're a lot cooler than me.
You're pretty cool, Iram. Sometimes I, like, go up to you. I'm like, I wish I was her.
No, never. Okay, let's quickly get into questions before we have dinner, but it's already 10.
That's okay. So we just, like, talk a lot. Oh, my gosh.
Know, literally. Hopefully. Okay, does Eileen have a crush? We're going to do rapid questions. We're going to go through all of them and make them quick.
And what kind of crush are we talking about? Because I have a lot.
So, yes.
I definitely have, like, an Instagram crush. I definitely have a real life crush. So, I'm going to say, yeah. I have, like, a couple.
So, but boyfriend potential, any of them?
Yes, one, but he doesn't want me.
Oh.
It's so bad.
Do I know about him or no?
Maybe. Tinder?
No. I don't know that.
6'5"? Does that make any sense?
No. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
Relationship status, single, right?
Single.
Eileen, have some fun with Eddie. Did you have fun with Eddie?
We did. Yeah, I had fun with him.
Okay. Eileen, do you think you and Eddie will go on a date on the next big influencer? Do you guys think you'll approach him after the show?
After? Maybe. I'm gonna wait on him for that. Okay. But in the show, we might go on a date.
Oh, really?
In the show, we might. You guys have to watch though.
Okay, we'll have to see. Can we talk about this? First time blacking out story?
Yeah, in Cabo. No.
Oh, you were 18.
I was 18 in Mexico. Totally blacked out on my 18th birthday. Bad.
Wait, why do I feel like I heard this story? Maybe I did.
Yeah, because...
That's that when you were, like, in the birdcage or whatever?
Yeah, that was that day. And, like, I woke up the next morning and my tia was like, do you remember what you did last night? And I'm like, no. And she's like, yeah.
She's like, probably for the best.
Yeah. She's like,
okay, cute. Best memory together. Arizona trips, for sure. Right?
Anytime we go on, like, a trip or something, it's just so fun. Because I don't think we've ever, like, partied here in California. Like, you know, I mean, we've hung out, like, here. I slept over your house, like, a bunch. But, like, definitely when we go out and trips and stuff like that, it's fun.
We have a lot of fun. Do you regret... Baby Eileen, we ever talked about that. What keeps you motivated and positive?
Definitely my family. Okay. I know I say it a lot, and I probably sound like a little girl when I say that, but it's definitely like my family.
Sense. I agree. Yeah. That's like what keeps you going.
For sure. Okay. They're like always there.
That seems like a little bit too much. How do you maintain a good relationship with your parents? Which I think you're perfect. Yeah.
It's honestly about just being honest and open with them, and just kind of like, I tell them a lot of stuff that they're like, why are you even telling me this? I'm like, well, I just want to be honest with you guys. Like, you know, I'm very like open of like where I'm at, where I'm going, who I'm with. And it's just trust. Honestly, it's just trust.
And I feel like you guys have always had that.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you get over a guy?
Go through your whole phase. Sorry.
Really?
Sorry, not sorry.
Just talk to guys, meet new boys.
Talk to guys, meet new people, go out, be with your friends. Like, just things to get your mind off of them, and like, just like, so you're not stuck in a like a little space and you're like, oh my God, I'm thinking about them, or crying in your bed. Go out and do your thing and like have fun.
What is the first fight you have ever gone in with your siblings?
I don't know. We've been in a lot, but I feel like I've like actually.
It's like petty fights.
With Armando and Alina, it's not even. I don't even fight with them. I'm already past that stage. Okay. They fight with each other.
Okay.
A lot. So I have to be like, guys, stop.
Yeah.
Like, they won't even go to my mom. They'll be like, Eileen this, Armando this. Like, Alina, guys, your mom. Go talk to your mother, please.
You literally talk to your mother.
Yeah.
How did you guys become friends?
We
Alyssa's
met,
party.
Yeah, we met at Alyssa's party.
And then we just, like, kept hanging out and kept keeping in touch.
They put us together a lot, too, while filming and stuff. So I think that's what they helped out a lot. Because we even filmed the very first, like, literally episode together.
Yes. She was my first guest.
Yay! And here I am.
And here you are again.
Are you still friends with Shani? Yeah. I mean, I don't really talk. Do you talk to her a lot?
No, but like her and I, like I would still consider her a friend.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't talk to her much, but if like Shani ever needed me or something, like I'd be like there for her. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But yeah, let me see. I think it's pretty much like these are all like Eddie questions and like. Yeah, these are all like Eddie questions and you know, they're mostly Eddie questions actually. But yeah, I think we kind of covered most of them.
I think we talked about status, a lot.
Everything.
We're at 51 minutes. What did we even talk about?
We talked about a lot, I feel
like. You don't want to ever go to school. You are single.
There's so much
to mingle.
But honestly, thanks for having me on here. I felt like I kind of just need to talk too.
Absolutely.
And catch people up. So I hope that anybody that's watching this, like, definitely going to be like, hey guys, if you want to hear my life update, listen.
Literally. Because I feel like you did go through a lot and we're literally at 52 minutes. So.
Crazy. Oh my God, stop.
Okay,
well, you're going to have fun with this.
I don't edit it, so thank God, sorry. But I think that is it for today.
Oh my God, thanks for having me on here.
Thank you for being on. I literally
honored to be the
cannot
first
believe. I know. I feel like it was only fitting because you're the first guest ever. So I had to have you on.
Perfect. Oh my God. Cheers to that.
Thank you so much for watching. Like literally.
Bye, guys.
We love you so much. We'll see you very soon.
Bye.